appreciate the opportunity for me to come and to speak to you guys and have a moment of clarity and reflection. I want to first say, kind of bear with me a little bit. I am dealing with grief, so it's a little bit of, I kind of feel a little bit so bear with me for a minute. But the message I have for you guys today was, Spirit is always speaking, but are we always ready to hear? Sometimes we have a blockage or things that we can't really we can't really hear, but Spirit is always speaking clear, no matter what we're doing. That's one thing that I wanted to share with you guys, because sometimes in life we have things happen, like I just had something happen to me, and that's why it's on my heart. Maybe it's more of a message for myself than it is for you guys, but I hope it helps you as well. You know, there are things that happen in our lives that stop us from hearing, and I want to share a couple of stories with you about some things that happened to me one time, some things that happened to me. We have illness, stress, life, things happen that you can't get past, that have certain things that will block you from hearing from Spirit realm. But Spirit realm is always speaking. I've had situations in my life where I can't seem to, come out of, teach you guys, I'm so sorry. You're a medium. I'm going to stop right here for a minute. You're in your medium and somebody close to you dies. Sometimes it's hard to just get past that. My sister recently passed. So every time I try to speak, because she comes in and I feel her, and it just overtakes everything. And it's hard for me. That's why I started not to come, but I want to come anyway, so let me just go anyway. But dealing with grief can be something that's so overwhelming and so disheartening that we have to, and then finding your way after that. I think all of us have probably experienced death on some level. And when people cross over, it's just like, it's the hardest thing sometimes in the world to deal with. But as a medium, it becomes even harder because they die twice. They die a physical death, and then they stay around for a little while, and they die a spiritual death, and they go on to whatever's after, which I don't know what that really is. I wrote a book called Earthbound, and in that book I talk about how they hang out for a while. Some hang out longer than others. I don't know what happens once they leave this hangout part, once they stop being earthbound. I can't verify whether they go to heaven, hell, I can't verify that. All I know is that they hang out for a while. And for me, when they hang out for a while, then I get to talk to them for a while, then they leave again, and they go to whatever it is. Maybe they reincarnate, maybe they go to heaven, maybe they go to hell. I can't verify. I don't know what happens after that, but I know they leave this dimension, and that's that. So it's 2 deaths. So while she is gone, she's still earthbound. So I'm still dealing with the fact that she's earthbound, and she's still talking, and I'm dreading the moment that she decides to go reincarnate or do whatever else is next, But I want to say, I'm going to stay on that topic because I can't let go of her spirit. I'm going to teach a little bit from what happened with that situation when she passed. That day that she passed, I woke up that morning and I felt like I knew I wasn't going to work. It was Monday, and my job, Monday is not a day that I can miss, no matter what I'm doing. No matter Monday's the day I got to be there, no matter what. I work in an assisted living facility, and Monday is the day that everybody is always, doctors are coming, nurses are coming, people, I got to get everybody's meds together, I got to figure out what's going on, care plans, I have to do my staff, it's just a mess. Every Monday's a mess. So I'm working this Monday morning, I'm thinking, why am I feeling like I'm not going to work today? What's going on? Why would I not go to work today? I have to go to work on Monday. I can't be off. So it was such an uneasy feeling. It wasn't that I just didn't want to go. Somebody just didn't want to go. It was an uneasy feeling. And I remember thinking, what is it? So I have a deck of cards that I use whenever I have that feeling. I say, Spirit is always speaking, but you can't always hear. So I have a deck of cards that I use, and I said, let me just kind of check with my cards and see what's going on. And I pulled these cards. It was 5 cards, and I pulled them, and as I read them, actually I'm going to show them to you. Let me show you what they were, because I want to show you guys. Okay, so I pulled these 5 cards, First card said triumphant success. So this was like, okay, everything's going to be okay. Second card was temptation, which means about stuff that you love. And so, okay, something, everything will be okay, something you love. This is a death card. It's going to die. Yeah. It's going to shake your foundation, and you'll hear about it soon. That's a chakra card, throat chakra card. I had no clue what that meant. No clue. I thought it was my job. I thought maybe, okay, am I going to leave this job? Am I going to, am I going to stop working here? I could not hear what that was for nothing in the world. Could I hear, could I understand that? And so I said, okay, I left it there. It's okay, whatever. And I went on and went to work. 45 minutes later, before I got, I work an hour away. 45 minutes later, I got a call from my daughter saying, "Ma, Auntie is dying. She's in the hospital. Her heart stopped 3 times, and they can't get her back, and she's dying." And immediately I went, "Oh, God. Spirit is speaking." And it was very clear at that moment what happened. So sometimes things block us. Life blocks us. Stress, just going day by day, dealing with things, blocks us from hearing from Spirit. And we have to just be okay with that. It's not the end of the world. It's just life. We're just human. So what can we do with that? And our belief systems will block us too. Sometimes religion, I've had people where, religion will block you. Your superstitions will block you. The things that you believe. And it's okay. I don't say that to be condemning. It's okay to whatever you believe. We all have a right to believe whatever you want to believe. I don't believe that anyone has any one set of truth. We all have our own personal truths. Just whatever you believe is whatever you believe. But either you live within the limitations of your belief systems, or if you're okay with that, or you change your belief systems and you come out of it and you go higher. It's whatever you want to do with it. Your gifts are your gifts. You use them how you see fit. But one thing for sure, they will always work no matter what. But use them how you see fit. Do however you want to do with it. It's your gift to do whatever you want to do with it. Sometimes I remember one time I had a belief system that I had to shatter. And I shattered it because I had a friend of mine that she would, it was about alcohol, drinking, and then hearing from Spirit. And I had a friend of mine who was a very gifted psychic, and she could read. We got drinking or whatever, and she could read no matter what. She'd be drunker than Cooter Brown and could still read. And I'm like, girl, you shouldn't be doing that while you're sitting there drunk. You shouldn't be. But she sit at a bar and read people in the bar, read till they're crying. And I'm like, girl, what is going? How do you do that? So I had to shatter. I decided, I like drink my own wine. So I started saying, I'm going to try this on some Spirit nights, see if I can get past that belief system that I can't drink and still hear from Spirit realm. So I started, on Spirit nights, having wine and stuff like that. And I found that it helped. When I shared that belief system in my mindset, I was able to have a glass of wine and still read and not be so judgmental about it. So it's like you have to, sometimes, I didn't have to shatter that. But I wanted to because I saw her do it and I thought, well, yeah, a glass of wine won't help. And I wanted to have having really great Spirit nights after that. Everybody loved the fact that I have wine and we all drank and everything. And we sit there talking Spirit. Everybody loved it. It was always a fun time. So it was a really good belief system, I think, to shatter. But, but I could have also just said, I want to stay in that confinement of that. And that would have been okay, too. If I'd have said, you know what, you drink, I'm not going to drink. That's fine. You do it. That'd have been fine, too. It wasn't really a matter if I had to or I hadn't to. I just want to try it to see what would happen. So, and that's what I mean by our belief systems. It's either you stay in the confinements of them, or you shatter them and you try to do something different with it. But if it doesn't hurt you, it's just a matter of being true to who you are. And when you are dealing with others, being true to who you are is important because that's when you're at your best. If I couldn't have shattered that system of thinking that alcohol was wrong, I couldn't do that, then I would have been wrong in trying to do that and then try to read, for others, because I know that then I feel guilty, or I feel some kind of condemned, or I feel some kind of way about it. So I have to be true to who I am, so I can be the best for what I'm trying to do. Because my gift is for service. My gift is for service. Everybody's gift isn't for service. Sometimes you have service gifts, and sometimes you have personal gifts. But because I have a gift that I know is for service, I have to be true to what I believe to keep myself pure, so that I will be able to give the best message and be the best person that I can be. So your gifts will make room for you no matter what. And no matter what you believe, it doesn't really, there's no judgment in the spirit realm. There's no right or wrong. It's just, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, not hurt, of course you can't hurt anybody and don't judge anybody, but as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not judging yourself too harshly, be easier on yourself. Be kinder to yourself. Don't judge yourself so hard. And sometimes hindsight, being 20/20, is the best thing that there is, because like I look back on that reading that I had with my sister, and I look back and I went, wow, I couldn't have seen that. But when I came back home after we went to the hospital and we were there all day, and I came back home, and I was just sitting there, and although the grief was taking me over so strongly, so hard, I just couldn't believe she was gone. But I sat there in that moment, and I went over to my desk, and I had those cards laid out, and I looked at it, and I went, oh my God, card by card by card. So that made so much sense now. And I was so grateful for the fact that no matter what's going on with me, no matter what I'm dealing with, no matter what is happening, one thing I can depend on is that the gift that God gave me works without any hindrance whatsoever, whether I can hear it or not. It works without any hindrance. And the same thing for you guys. No matter what your gift is, it will work flawlessly no matter what, because it comes perfect. It comes perfect. It's just for you. So in saying all that, I want to say that I want to encourage you guys. I know this is a church full of people that have gifts, people that have different things that they're doing with themselves. I want you to stay true to who you are, and don't be afraid, and don't let things stop you from pursuing and from going to your highest good and doing what you have to do. Don't let things stop you. Don't stay encouraged and stay hopeful, and just don't let life beat you up too much. We try, we do the best we can, and we try. But sometimes life can beat you up a little bit. Make sure I didn't miss anything that I want to say. I need my glasses. I am so blind. I don't know why I have my glasses up here. Man, I'm blind with bad. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hindsight being 20/20. And when it comes to dealing with health, I have to say this. Please take care of yourself. Please, 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 please. Be your own advocate for your health. When you feel something in your body is not right, go to the doctor and make sure that you make them check every single thing. Don't leave any stone uncovered. Because this vessel that we're in is going to have its moments where it doesn't work and things aren't right. And our healthcare system, I don't know. We have to be our own advocates for our own health. So take care of yourself, take care of the people that you love, and appreciate the time that you have with them, because things sometimes come and catch you off guard, and you can't take back a single moment. You can't go back, but you can appreciate the now. So take care of yourselves and make sure you stay your own advocate for your own health, please. I kind of felt that for some reason, I don't know why, but I think there's just somebody maybe in here that has something they're dealing with that's been recurring and they don't really know what it is. So take care of yourself and make sure you are your own advocate, and do your research and make sure you know what's going on. Make sure they've checked everything, every single thing. And maybe it's just somebody that you have at home, maybe your loved one too sometimes. Make sure you check every single thing. Does that resonate with anybody? Has somebody going sick? Oh, okay. Anyway, that's all I had. Sorry, but I'm a little disjointed. But that's what I'm dealing with this situation. But it'll be fine. I just dread the moment that she's not going to be around anymore. And, but it's just okay. I'll be all right. Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate you.